Welcome. Africa stands at pivotal crossroad, torn between the weight of its history and the promise of a future defined by unity and justice. For too long, grievances have been buried, manipulated, or used as tools for division rather than acknowledged as stepping stones towards reconciliation. Today, we embark on a journey to break this cycle, to uncover the truth that must be told, and to forge a path where past injustice no longer dictate the fate of future generations. I am Abebe Negash, the reader and narrator of this work, as well as the founder of Ethiopian Hearts for Peace and African Hearts for Peace. My mission is to ensure that truth is neither suppressed nor weaponized. This effort is not about fueling further division, but about creating an avenue where historical grievances can be acknowledged without manipulation. Through this initiative, we seek to cultivate ethical leadership, facilitate open and unbiased dialogue, and use technology to mediate the difficult but necessary conversations that will shape Africa's future. Chapter 1: The Ethics of Leadership, Responsibility and Legacy. Leadership has been both the architect of progress and the engine of destruction in Africa's history. We advocate for ethical governance because we understand how past leadership fails continue to fuel conflict today. This chapter examines the leadership choices that have contributed to national disintegration and explores the essential principles required for ethical leadership, responsibility, accountability, and vision. Through historical and contemporary case studies, it highlights leaders who have successfully guided their nations towards unity, offering lessons for Africa's next generation of changemakers. The journey ahead is not just about uncovering the past, it is about reshaping the future. Through the principles outlined in this book, we aim to look the foundation for a new era, one where governance are acknowledged, justice is served, and unity is built on the solid ground of truth. Directives for Truth Seekers: Building a Just and Unified Future. To those who listen with open hearts, to those who seek truth beyond the limitations of identity, and to those who refuse to let the past dictate the future, this message is for you. I speak to you today not as a politician, not as a representative of any faction, but as one among you, one who seeks a path out of the cycle of grievance, vengeance, and inherited hatred. This is an invitation for the brave, the fair-minded, and the determined to step forward. History has brought us here. The present demands action. The future demands our choices today. So, who are we looking for? We seek individuals who understand the weight of history, but refuse to be imprisoned by it. That means you must be free from inherited resentment. No one is born guilty, and no one is born a victim. We cannot change the past, but we can choose how we respond to it. You must commit to suppressing unconscious bias. We all carry the burdens of our upbringing, our culture, and our experiences. But this work demands that we see beyond the walls we were raised within. So you must articulate grievances with evidence, not emotion. Pain is real. Injustice is real. But justice built on emotion alone is dangerous. We need facts, records, and clarity, not just accusations. You must recognize that peace and justice are inseparable. There can be no peace without truth, and no justice without accountability. But justice must never become vengeance. So you must be willing to free others from mental chains. The first battlefield is not the streets, it is the mind. Those who join this mission must free themselves first from hate and resentment before they can help others to do the same. The role of a true seeker. If you choose to step forward, know that you are not just joining an initiative, you are taking on a sacred responsibility. Your role is to listen without reacting in anger, to investigate without assumption, to present facts without distortion, to bridge winds without deepening divides. This work is not about rewriting history to favor one side. It is about uncovering truths, even when it is uncomfortable, even when it challenges what we were taught to believe. So you are not here to argue. You are not here to accuse. You are here to seek and to reveal. We do not silence grievances. We bring them forward. But we do so not to divide, but to heal. And you also need to know there are dangers of this work. You'll be challenged. You'll be criticized when you join in. People will say to you, "You do not understand our pain." Others will say, "You are trying to protect those who oppressed us." Some will call you a traitor. Some will accuse you of rewriting history. Some will even threaten you for daring to speak. But you must remain steady. Your only loyalty is to the truth. If you seek justice only for one group, you are no different from those who perpetuate justice. If you seek peace without accountability, you are no different from those who cover up crimes. This is a narrow road, folks, a difficult road, but it is the only road that leads to true reconciliation. So there are ways and methods of inquiry on how we seek truth. And we do not ask, "What do you believe in?" We simply ask, "What can you prove?" Our process is clear. Cross-check resources. Oral history is powerful, but it must be verified with records, documenting, and neutral accounts. Challenge inconsistencies. Even painful histories must be examined with critical thinking. Avoid inflammatory language. Truth loses its power when wrapped in anger. Consider all perspectives. No group is entirely innocent, and no group is beyond redemption. Simply seek solutions, not just grievances. It is not enough to expose injustices. We must also propose ways forward. This is how we prevent history from becoming a weapon instead of a lesson. So the responsibility of the truth to young men and women out there. You did not start this fire, but you must be the ones to put it out. We are here today because of choices made before us. Some were just, some were cruel, some were misguided, but we have a choice to break the cycle. You will never hear Indra say, "Do not trust them. They will never change." Ask yourself, do you want to inherit their bitterness? The sins of history should not become the burdens of the future. We must acknowledge the past, but we must not be enslaved by it. The path to a clear conscience is simple. To be a true truth seeker, your conscience must be clear. You must be free from revenge. If your goal is to punish, you are not a truth seeker. You are a fighter. You must be free from tribal loyalty. No single group owns suffering, and no single group owns justice. You must be free from fear. If you stand for truth, stand boldly. Truth must be revealed not to divide, but to liberate. If you are listening and feel called to this work, step forward. We need researchers, storytellers, and mediators. People who can walk through fire without being consumed by it. This is not an easy road. It is not a safe road, but it is a necessary road. If you believe in a future where truth and justice bring peace rather than division, then you have a place here. So let's build a future worthy of the generations to come. Not a future where history repeats itself, but a future where history finally reaches us to move forward together. So the choice is yours. Step forward or let the cycle continue. May wisdom guide us, truth strengthen us, and courage keep us on this path. That was a directive. Thank you very much. We're moving to chapter 2 now. Chapter 2. Strategic approach to truth seeking and AI deployment. Now that truth seeking individuals are stepping forward under the directive, the next phase is team formation and AI integration. Here is a structured approach to maximize impact. Neutrality and effectiveness. 1. Cross-country versus cross-ethnic team formation. Cross-country approach. Advantage. Expands outreach beyond Ethiopia and Eritrea, engaging African and global perspectives for historical accuracy and peace building. Risk. Outsiders may be seen as lacking local understanding, reducing credibility. So, cross-ethnic approach. The advantage is bringing direct stakeholders together, ensuring historical grievances are directly addressed by those affected. Risk. Internal biases may resurface, leading to challenges in neutrality. So the recommended hybrid approach, though, is core teams formed across ethnic lines, ensuring diverse perspectives. External Advisory Council will be formed and is composed of neutral African and international experts to provide oversight and prevent bias. Verification and Documentation Unit ensures that grievances are fact-checked and stored accurately, preventing distortion. Number 2, AI-mediated solution for truth-seeking and reconciliation. AI should function as a neutral arbiter, helping process vast historical data, analyze narratives, and present fair solutions. Below are practical ways to integrate AI. Phase 1. AI for data collection and analysis. AI-powered fact-checking and historical comparison tools to validate claims. Sentiment analysis of testimonies to detect emotional bias in grievance articulation. Automated transcription and translation of oral testimonies in multiple languages. That was phase 1. Phase 2, AI for mediation and discourse analysis. AI-generated neutral summaries of conflicting grievances, ensuring both sides are fairly represented. And then predictive analysis to access potential areas of conflict escalation. And then last, dialogue simulation models, allowing AI to mediate role play discussions to help participants see opposing points. This is phase 2. Now moving to phase 3. AI for public engagement and education. AI curated digital archives where individuals can explore historical grievances from multiple angles. Interactive AI-powered Q&A platforms where people ask about grievances and receive fact-based responses rather than emotional reactions. So we need to custom AI chatbots for reconciliation dialogues, allowing people to process their pain through guided discussion before engaging in face-to-face mediation. 3. AI deployment strategy with the truth-seeking team. Select AI ethics and technical experts. AI fairness, ensuring neutrality. Train the team in AI usage. Truth seekers should learn to interpret AI-generated insights without misusing or weaponizing them. Gradual deployment. Start with small-scale AI-assisted mediation and expand once credibility is established. Key ethical guidelines for deployment are as follows. No political manipulation. No weaponization of grievances. Absolute transparency. Next step, moving forward from the truth-seeking teams based on the hybrid model, develop AI tool for data collection, analysis, and mediation. Pilot test all in small discussions before expanding outreach. Create educational programs explaining how AI will aid reconciliation. Launch AI-assisted reconciliation dialogue with trained mediators. By combining human-led truth-seeking efforts with AI's capacity for unbiased analysis, we ensure that grievances are not just heard, but addressed fairly and constructively. Thank you. Now we move to chapter 3. Chapter 3. AI-powered Truth and Reconciliation Initiative. A call for truth, justice, and reconciliation. Greetings to all truth seekers, peace advocates, and those committed to justice. Today we introduce a groundbreaking initiative that will use artificial intelligence, otherwise known as AI, to uncover historical truth, validate grievances, and facilitate reconciliation. We acknowledge that historical grievances exist on all sides, some well documented, others misrepresented, and many left unresolved. However, the younger generation must not inherit these conflicts without full knowledge of the truth. Our mission is to expose misinformation, address real governances, and create a path forward for lasting peace. As you may know, our mission is this initiative is built on three guideline principles: truth over propaganda, dialogue over hate, justice over revenge. So we look at fairness and accountability at all levels. The goal is not to rewrite history, but bring clarity, knowledge, the past, and build a future free from inherited conflicts. How AI will support reconciliation, you may ask. Fact checking and historical analysis is one of them. AI will cross-check testimonies, legal records, and historical documents to verify accuracy. It will detect biases, propaganda, and misinformation that distort grievance narratives. By analyzing patterns, AI can trace systemic failures and injustices that need recognition. Number two, AI-powered mediation. AI will facilitate neutral, structured discussions that focus on facts rather than emotions. It will generate balanced summaries of grievances to ensure clarity and objectivity. AI can create interactive role play, per se, that kind of scenario, to help individuals experience different perspectives. Third is public education and awareness. Digital archives of verified historical grievances will be made available for educational purpose. AI will help develop learning tools to teach younger generations about history without bias. AI-powered chatbots will provide fact-based answers to complex historical questions, ensuring fairness and neutrality. To maintain credibility, we will form cross-ethnic and cross-national teams, engage neutral experts, ensure all transparency in all this journey. This initiative will not be controlled by politicians or interest groups, but by unbiased professionals and truth-seeking committed to justice. Who we are looking for? We invite individuals who are willing to face the truth, can set aside ethnic, political, and historical biases to seek fact-based reconciliations, and understand that the goal is not to win arguments, but to uncover truth for the sake of peace. This will not be easy. It will challenge long-held narratives, expose manipulation, and require intellectual and emotional discipline. However, without truth, justice is impossible, and without justice, peace will always be fragile. So our final message will be for those who believe reconciliation is possible. We say truth is stronger than propaganda. Dialogue is more powerful than hate, and unity is built on justice, not denial. This is our call. Let us work together to break the cycle of misinformation, recognize grievances with clarity, and create a path forward, genuine reconciliation. Stay tuned for upcoming AI-powered discussions through seeking forums and opportunities to participate. The future belongs to those who seek truth, not those who dwell in division. This is the end of chapter 3. In chapter 4, we'll see the building cross-ethnic and cross-national teams for truth and reconciliation. What do we mean by that? Now that we have laid the foundation for AI-powered truth-seeking and reconciliation, we must form teams that reflect the diversity of those affected by historical injustices. These teams will be the driving force behind our mission, ensuring that grievances are heard, analyzed, and addressed without political or ethnic bias. This chapter will outline how we will assemble, train, and empower these teams to engage in fact-based reconciliation efforts. Why cross-ethnic and cross-national teams? You may ask. One is to break the cycle of mistrust. The other is to challenge preconceived notion. And another one is to prevent manipulation. And another one is to foster lasting peace. So we have to create a team formation, and we have that strategy. We will establish 3 levels of participation. 1. Truth-seeking teams. Individuals trained in historical research, fact-checking, and AI-assisted analysis. 2. Reconciliation advocates, skilled communicators, and mediators who will facilitate discussion between groups. 3. Community educators, those who will share the findings with a broader public in ways that promote understanding rather than resentment. Each team will be composed of individuals from different ethnic, social, and regional backgrounds. That's to ensure fairness. We seek individuals who prioritize truth over personal bias, even if it challenges their own community narratives. And we seek individuals who are capable of deep listening, not just hearing, but understanding the grievances of others. We also seek individuals who are committed to peace building. This is not about proving one side right, but finding common ground, okay? So, who will not be included in this? Political figures or those seeking political advantage. Individuals known for spreading ethnic hate or propaganda. And those unwilling to engage in fact-based discussions. AI's role then will be what? AI will be used to analyze historical documents, testimonies, and grievances to identify key schemes, create unbiased summaries of complex historical issues, assist in structuring dialogue sessions by suggesting questions and responses that de-escalate tensions, monitor discussions for biased language, and provide real-time recommendations on how to reframe discussions constructively. And then the last is generating reports that document grievances without inflammatory language, ensuring credibility. This AI-powered structure ensures that reconciliation efforts are guided by facts, not emotions or historical distortions. Building of a framework for collaboration, truth-seeking units, conduct research, validate claims, and compile evidence-based reports. Dialogue circles, small moderated sessions where representatives from opposing groups engage in structured discussions. Public forums, AI-assisted discussions shared through YouTube, podcasts, and publications to educate the public. Justice and accountability panels work to ensure that the recommendation includes accountability where necessary. Each of these efforts will be documented, analyzed, and continuously improved using AI feedback mechanisms. Having said that, there are challenges. And now the question is, how are we overcoming them? How do we plan to overcome them? There is deep-rooted distrust. We use AI as a neutral arbitrator to validate claims, preventing accusations of bias. There are also emotional resistance to facts. AI-assisted forming techniques will help present painful truth in a way that encourages acceptance rather than defensiveness. And there are also politically motivated interference. Teams will be independent, protected from political influence, and held accountable to transparency standards. Fear of repercussions. AI-powered anonymous participation option will allow people to engage without fear of retaliation. So the new way forward will be as follows. The past does not have to dictate the future. By forming teams that transcend ethnic and national divides, we can finally break the cycle of historical manipulation and division. This is the moment for those committed to truth and peace to step forward. Are you willing to join this historic effort? The future belongs to those who seek truth, not those who cling to old grievances. Apologies. That was the end of chapter 4, I believe. Chapter 5. Deploying AI for truth, reconciliation, and peace building. Having established a cross-ethnic and cross-national team dedicated to truth seeking and reconciliation, we now turn to the role of AI amplifying and structuring our efforts. This chapter outlines how AI can be deployed responsibility to ensure that historical grievances are understood, truth is verified, and decisions remain productive. Why AI? AI can process vast amounts of historical data, identify patterns, and present information objectively, helping us move beyond emotion-driven debate. AI also enables fact-check at scale, unbiased historical analysis, real-time mediation, data-driven peace proposals, and secure anonymous participation. So the key AI applications in truth and reconciliation consist: 1. AI for historical fact-checking and data analysis. How it works. AI scans historical records, books, speeches, and news archives to compile objective timeline of events. The benefit is reduces manipulation of history by representing verifiable evidences. Example, if one group claims a historical atrocity occurred, AI cross-checks multiple sources to confirm the facts. 2. AI for bias detection and testimonies and reports. How it works. AI evaluates speeches, articles, and testimonies for emotionally charged or biased language. Smart, huh? So the benefit is to ensure discussions remain fact-driven rather than emotionally manipulated. Example is, instead of saying, "they have always oppressed us," AI suggests rephrasing to historical records indicate that during this period, these policies disproportionately affected by community. Okay. Number 3, AI-powered dialogue moderation. How it works. AI analyzes live discussions, detects potential conflicts, and suggests de-escalation techniques in real time. Benefit of this is to prevent hostile discussions from spiraling into unproductive debates. Example, if someone uses inflammatory rhetoric, AI suggests alternative phrasing that fosters constructive dialogue. Excuse me. Number 4, AI for pattern recognition in grievances. How it works. AI analyzes multiple grievances across different groups and identifies common themes. Benefit: helps build mutual understanding by showing where different groups share similar struggles. Example: if two ethnic groups feel economically marginalized, AI presents evidence of shared economic hardship, shifting the focus towards joint solutions rather than division. 5. AI for justice and accountability. How it works: AI compiles testimonies, identifies key figures involved in human rights violations, and organizes data for legal or public awareness efforts. Benefit is it ensures accountability while protecting sensitive information. Example: AI can analyze court records, reports, and testimonies to build unbiased case studies for reconciliation efforts. 6. AI for secure, anonymous participation. How it works: AI-driven platforms allow whistleblowers, victims, and witnesses to share their stories anonymously. Benefit: protects individuals who fear retaliation. Example: a government employee or former soldier can provide testimony without revealing their identity, ensuring a truthful record without endangering their safety. So building an AI-powered truth and reconciliation platform is a must. To integrate AI into our work, we will develop a digital platform with the following features: AI-powered archives and research center. It's like a searchable database of historical records, testimonies, and legal documents. AI-assisted summaries to help users quickly grasp complex historical issues. And the other is virtual mediation and dialogue rooms. AI-powered mediation tools that ensure civil, constructive debates. A speech-to-text AI that transcribes and analyzes discussions in real time. AI-powered data visualization. Interactive maps showing patterns of displacement, economic hardship, and human rights violations. AI-generated reports that present historical grievances in an easy-to-understand format. Secure and anonymous reporting system is also AI-driven encryption that protects the identity of truth seekers. Digital forensic tools to detect fake or manipulated evidence. Challenges and safeguards in AI deployment. Risk of AI bias. We must train AI using diverse, verified sources to prevent skewed results. Political interference. The platform must be independent of any political entity. Access to technology. We must provide low-tech participation options for those in rural or conflict-affected areas. Mistrust in AI. We must ensure transparency in AI decision-making and allow human oversight. In summary, the future of AI in peace building is here and is now. AI is not here to decide the truth, it is here to help us uncover it more efficiently and fairly. By using AI responsibly, we can break free from emotionally driven historical narratives and focus on verified facts. This is the next step towards a new era of reconciliation, where no single group controls history and no grievance is ignored. Are you ready to be part of this movement? This concludes end of chapter 5. Now moving to chapter 6. A new dawn for Africa. The crossroads of truth and reconciliation. Africa stands at a decisive moment, one where history's wounds still ache, yet the promise of unity and justice remains within it. within reach. The truth-seeking initiative we have undertaken is not just about recounting the past, grievances, but about crafting a future where truth leads to healing, not further division. To achieve this, we must strike a deliberate balance, acknowledging historical injustices while preventing them from fueling cycle of resentment. Truth seeking is not about choosing sides. It is about breaking the chain of silence, distortion, and selective memory that have plagued African history for too long. Various factions, whether ethnic, political, or ideological, have wielded history as a weapon rather than a lesson. Today, we are choosing a different path, one where history is a mirror, not a battlefield. So, ethical leadership, which is the pillar of transformation here. One of the greatest failures of past generations has been the absence of ethical leadership. Many African nations, including Ethiopia and Eritrea, have suffered under regimes that prioritize power over people, division over unity, and personal gain over national well-being. Leaders have often manipulated ethnic and historical narratives to maintain control rather than foster reconciliation. So, moving forward, our initiative must champion a new breed of leadership, one built on truth, accountability, vision, and empathy. Ethical leadership must not only acknowledge historical wounds, but work tirelessly to ensure that those wounds are not exploited for political gain. They must uphold justice over revenge, fairness over favoritism, and unity over division. Ethical leadership does not mean ignoring grievances. It means addressing them in a way that prevents future generations from inheriting conflict. The leaders we seek to cultivate must reject policies that promote ethnic favoritism or discrimination, stand firm against external influences that exploit Africa's divisions, prioritize the collective well-being over personal or political gain, invest in institutions that preserve justice, history, and truth without bias. The role of the next generation then will be a critical element of this initiative, is ensuring that young Africans do not inherit the toxic legacy of past conflicts. Historical injustices should be remembered but not relieved. The next generation must be equipped with truth, critical thinking, and a vision for a shared future rather than ideological or ethnic programming that continues cycle of hatred. To achieve this, we must redefine education. Schools must teach history objectively, ensuring that narratives do not demonize any group, but rather present facts that allow for critical engagement. Promote cross-ethnic collaboration. Initiatives that encourage young people from different backgrounds to work together must be prioritized, breaking down artificial barriers. Create platforms for dialogue, digital and physical space where youth can engage in discussions about history, identity, and governance must be established. So if we fail to invest in the youth underlying understanding, they will either repeat the mistakes of their ancestors or be manipulated by those who seek to divide them. But if we If they are given the tools to engage with truth and ethics, they will become the architect of a peaceful Africa. Finally, AI mediated truth seeking, a tool for justice. What we mean, the modern world offers us tools that previous generations never had. Artificial intelligence can help break the cycle of distorted history, biased narratives, and misinformation. By leveraging AI for truth seeking, we create a neutral, data driven approach to uncovering historical truth and present day injustices. How AI can help: data collection and analysis. AI can gather, categorize, and analyze historical records, testimonies, and evidence, making it harder for individuals or governments to manipulate narratives. Bias detection. Machine learning can identify inconsistencies, omissions, or distortions in historical accounts, ensuring that truth seeking is comprehensive. Facilitating dialogue. AI-powered platform can moderate discussions across ethnic and national lines, ensuring that debates remain constructive rather than inflammatory. Archiving testimonies. Digital records of truth seekers' contributions can be preserved to prevent future erasure or distortion. However, AI must be used ethically. If placed in the wrong hands, it could be manipulated to serve political agendas. Our initiative must ensure transparency and accountability in AI deployment, making it a tool for unity rather than control. Implementing the vision, moving from ideas to action, is what we are going to look in a little bit. Having built a framework for truth seeking, ethical leadership, and AI driven reconciliation, the next challenge is execution. Ideas alone will not change Africa, their application will. So let's take a look at steps toward realization. Forming cross ethnic and cross country teams. Each truth seeking unit should comprise diverse voices, ensuring that perspectives from all sides are represented. Teams should include historians, conflict resolution experts, AI specialists, and young leaders committed to justice. Establishing independent truth-seeking institutions. These institutions must remain free from government interference, funded by transparent sources. They should be tasked with investigating historical and modern grievances through evidence-based research, utilizing AI for historical and legal documentation. AI systems should collect and cross-verify testimonies, records, and official documents to create a neutral, tamper-proof historical database. This will help prevent future leaders from manipulating history for political gain. The wider population must also be educated on the importance of truth-seeking and reconciliation. Schools, media outlets, and religious institutions must be engaged in spreading factual history and promoting unity. So, while Africa's problems must be solved by Africans, international experts in conflict resolution, AI ethics, and historical justice can provide valuable support. However, external involvement must be scrutinized to prevent neo-colonial influences. A new dawn, the future we must build, is an initiative. This not about resisting old wounds to seek vengeance. It is about revisiting history to ensure a just, united, and forward looking Africa. Reconciliation is only possible when truth is known, acknowledged, and acted upon. A future where historical grievances no longer define national identities is possible. A future where leaders prioritize justice over power is within reach. A future where technology serves truth, not oppression, is ours to shape. The road will not be easy. There will be resistance from those who profit from division, from those who fear accountability, and from those who are comfortable in ignorance. But truth is stronger than lies, and justice is stronger than oppression. Africa's dawn will come, not through more bloodshed or cycle of revenge, but through a conscious collective effort to seek the truth, forgive wisely, and build a just future together. Our choice today will define Africa's of tomorrow. Let's choose wisely. End of chapter 6.